Hello, dear friends. This is a science fiction story. Any resemblance to reality is mere coincidental. Opinion piece. Shipwreck. Bad losers. System collapse. Denial of reality. Angry outbursts. Embracing change. Resistance and complicity. The last days of the system. We live in dangerous times. The hydrogen age will begin. Manipulation of information. Robot dogs patrol Mar-a-Lago. Let's start. History repeats itself and portrays the current situation. Every crisis is based on the collapse of declining political systems, the consequences of extremist ideologies, the denial of reality in the face of clear evidence, and the negative impact of leaders' decisions on the civilian population. He who does not learn from history is condemned to repeat it, said George Santayana. A sore loser is a person who displays a negative or contemptuous attitude after losing a game, competition, or any situation in which he expected to win. This behavior can manifest itself in various ways, including constant complaining, poor sportsmanship, emotional reactions such as anger, frustration, or sadness in a disproportionate manner, and aggressive behavior. Any resemblance to reality is purely coincidental. The fall. Der Untergang, known as The Fall in Latin America and The Downfall in Spain, is a German drama film released in 2004, directed by Oliver Hirschbichel. The film portrays the last days of Adolf Hitler and the collapse of the Nazi regime during the Battle of Berlin in 1945. Der Untergang portrays the collapse of a regime. This can lead to reflection on the fragility of certain political systems and how they can collapse under extreme pressure. The film shows how Hitler and his inner circle refused to accept impending defeat despite the evidence. Nowadays, we sometimes see leaders or groups rejecting facts or data that contradict their beliefs or interests. The story takes place primarily in Hitler's bunker in Berlin, where the leader and his inner circle have barricaded themselves as Soviet forces advance on the city. The Führer is shown in his final days, alternating between outbursts of rage, denial of reality, and moments of resignation. A mad leader is shown attempting to lead non-existent armies and facing the reality of imminent defeat. Some characters attempt to escape from Berlin, while others decide to surrender or commit suicide. The regime strictly controlled the information that reached the population. In the current era, media manipulation remains relevant concerns. The film shows both acts of resistance and complicity with the regime. This can lead to reflections on the role of individuals in situations of political or moral crisis. Parallelism. According to Codex 7, intelligence report entitled The Event, before positive changes come, those things that bring about the Great Awakening must first occur, such as the downfall of the current ruling political class with its unjust and incorrect laws and rules. All of that is happening now, even though it may not seem like it. Everything is coming together as needed, and you are on that cusp right now, with the Great Awakening that is occurring across the planet, in the solar system, and in the galaxy. This is necessary for life to continue on this planet and comprises three waves of ascension. Through acclimatization to this powerful incoming transformational energy chaos is created on this planet. As this energy is reinforced, it brings about the awakening of those who have been asleep for a long time, and the dark ones who are trying to maintain their control are doing everything they can to maintain it. They are doing everything they can to continue their dark plan, but they can no longer succeed, no matter how hard they try. Those things have worked in the past, but that effort no longer works and cannot work. Our awakening can no longer be stopped, and you are approaching that period we have prepared for so long, the big event and the solar flare. When it happens, you can turn around and help those who don't understand what is happening. No dates can be given at this time, but it doesn't mean it is not imminent. Opinions. Trump inherits a sick economy according to Greg Hunter. A bill to abolish the Federal Reserve has 20 sponsors. The new Treasury is about to take over according to Judy Bington. From November 20th to 23, 2024, Trump has called 74 world leaders to a summit in Reykjavik, Iceland, to finalize plans. According to Scott Adams, the people in the sold-out media are aware of how poorly they have done their job and believe they are about to be dumped. According to Judy Bington, the age of ignorance is over. We are on the verge of a new era, where the truth will finally be revealed, but we must be vigilant and ready to act. The future of humankind depends on our willingness to confront the darkness and reclaim our freedom. That was too easy. It is the calm before the storm, asks Jenna McCarthy. The biggest surprise of October was that Trump was not sentenced to prison. There were only 2 assassination attempts on his life. We are on the cusp of experiencing the biggest mental health crisis in history, in his opinion. The goal has been reached, according to Steve Biko. I hope and believe that our society may be tired of all the division that has been forced upon us through subservient politicians and controlled press. The forced confrontation of one race of religion against another, the gradual herding of us into 15-minute cities, eating bugs, etc., will hopefully now fade into oblivion, and we will see a return to a balanced, focused, grounded lifestyle. According to Steve Biko, Archangel Michael said years ago that the United Nations would be cleansed and reformed. We will see Donald Trump there in not too many years, after a complete house cleaning and after his term as president. In the meantime, he expects all kinds of obstacles to be put in place for any initiative President Trump presents, and he also expects all efforts to be weakened over time due to the impact of the rising energies on decent people. Therefore, the 10 days of emergency broadcasts will not only be for the US, but for the entire world. Security. Trump is under siege, with robot dogs patrolling Mar-a-Lago, a Senate coup, and the deep state in its sights. Trump battles to take back the world. X22 report. The dark side is making its first move to try and stop Trump, but this won't work. Trump is creating an elite force for DC. They will bring the corrupt to their knees. Checkmate. According to James Howard, Chancellor, there is a talk in the Pentagon of a coup to prevent Trump from returning to power. These are dangerous times. Trump would be well advised not to get on planes until the day of the inauguration, and to be very careful with the people he associates with, especially in public. thoughts. According to Benjamin Fulford, Christians elected Donald Trump to finish what Jesus started. 62% of Protestants and 56% of Catholics voted for Trump, while 79% of Jews and 72% of atheists voted against him. In a sign that Trump is going to take action against the cabal, there are reports that he is considering Congressman Mike Rogers for Secretary of Defense. He is the sponsor of the 2019 Sovereign Restoration Act bill that directs the President to end U.S. membership in the United Nations and all affiliated agencies. According to Mike Adams, Trump's victory signals the psychological shift from the nurturing feminine archetypical energy to the warrior masculine. Having gone too far into the realm of forgiving everything, surrendering to invaders, and tolerating perversion, we are turning toward the masculine archetypal energy of fighting invaders, retribution against traitors, and righteousness, rather than general forgiveness. According to Keshe, embracing change allows one to flow freely into higher timelines. Let the world know that light and peace have already prevailed, because the organic human being, spiritually, you are tired of wars, anguish, and empty life on earth. In this shift, you are going through a rebirth. With this rebirth comes a new mind, a new body, a new level of consciousness, a new whole reality. All of these changes must occur and be felt within before they are seen and manifested in the outside world. In Europe, unelected European Union President Ursula von der Leyen says European citizens should start stockpiling 3 days' worth of goods in order to be prepared. David Wilkerson warned that Germany's economy will collapse. According to Michael Snyder, the obsession with green energy has the German economy on the verge of collapse. X22 report: Germany is entering a depression, orders are falling, and things are starting to look like in 2009. Trump is going to turn the economy upside down, and the central bank is panicking because it knows what's coming. Environmentalism: Japan is releasing the hydrogen genie from its bottle. Once it does, the hydrogen age will begin. MasterCard offers cards that force you to decarbonize your spending. If your carbon usage exceeds its limits, the card stops working under the pretext of saving the environment. According to Whitney Webb, despite Republican rhetoric about the Paris Agreement, the incoming Trump administration is being heavily influenced by figures linked to carbon markets and the effort to implement dubious weather financing schemes. Meanwhile, the rest of the world continues to push back against the UN's Agenda 2030 to curl the world's population into concentration camps as if they were 15-minute cities. They also continue to push for the imposition of control of the financial system in the style of the mark of the beast, which will only allow people to obtain food and other resources if they have a high obedience or social credit score, as in China. Curious. A 4,000-year-old tomb full of jewels and artifacts is discovered in Egypt. The Beaver Moon on November 15th, the last supermoon of the year. The periphery of the solar system harbored a weak magnetic field. The Webb telescope reveals the rapid growth of a massive black hole. Scientists grow a 1,000-year-old seed in Israel and say it could lead to a lost biblical tree. Could it be the revered balm of Judea, whose fragrant sap once served as medicine and was highly prized? Mysteries. Beneath our feet lies a network of more than 10,000 deep underground bases that spans the globe. From 1997 to 2011, more than 300 politicians and celebrities visited Epstein's island, and the evidence of exclusive photos and documents found on his computer are being published on a private channel for security reasons. Beneath Vatican City is a very ancient tunnel that stretches 2,400 kilometers to Jerusalem through seas and mountains, and houses 13 levels of solid gold bullion. Charlie Watt's team needed 650 planes to transport this gold to the new treasury in a covert operation. This is not a simple construction, but a testament to the power of ancient knowledge we have lost. Some say it is the work of advanced civilizations or even of worldly forces. The existence of this tunnel forces us to rethink everything we know about the human history and hidden knowledge. Lost civilization and suppressed ancient human history. Graham Hancock discusses with Lex Friedman the possibility that an advanced civilization existed during the last ice age and was destroyed in a global cataclysm some 12,000 years ago. McAfee software has become a Trojan horse that infiltrates the heart of government institutions, elites, and secret networks around the world. McAfee data, held by the Space Force, reveals a labyrinth of deception. McAfee software was never just about protecting systems. It hid critical information in its code that revealed the sinister movements of the most powerful figures in the world. Cheyenne Mountain now protects this data, thus becoming a guardian of the truth. John McAfee turned the tables on the deep state, risking his life to reveal the corruption. First contact. Alex Collier shares deep insight into a 30-year battle with the deep state and the world and more. India is the country that believes the most in first contact with star visitors, with 43% of its population, and Japan the least with 8%, Spain 15%, and the US 17%. The Burchett spoke to Trump about UFO disclosure, according to Kavamur. In quotes, in my conversations with the president-elect, I'm convinced that this is what he wants and that he trusts the public, he said. It's been a long road to get there, but we are finally close to the big reveal. Galactic Spiritual Informers Connection. Galactic contactees abductees, super soldiers and experts in their field are producing a revelation of suppressed technology, hidden science, censored ancient history, and secret space programs. According to Judy Bington, on Wednesday, November 6, 2024, the coalition conducted a raid on an underground base in Antarctica, where they discovered advanced anti-gravity spacecraft capable of traveling between continents in a matter of minutes, cryogenic chambers housing genetically enhanced humans, and a secret server farm containing the deep state's most sensitive data. Is there a hidden planet in our solar system? Astronomers say the answer is in sight. The debate over the ninth planet could soon be settled once a new telescope capable of surveying the entire sky goes online in late 2025. Until then, a team of researchers believes it has found the most convincing evidence yet that the hidden planet is real. How to find the entrance to Romania's Hall of Records. Romanian doctor Martin Atudorei talks about the entrance to the famous Hall of Records under a sphinx-shaped rock structure at the top of the Bucegi Mountains. He traveled with Dr. Michael Sala and a team of researchers to find evidence. Atudere discusses how the entrance was used and how it was later covered with concrete. He also discusses the existence of cables and wires nearby that were used by forces in their exploration. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.